Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. So, are you guys ready for more Halloween gingerbread house fun? So, those of you who watched my previous live, I already started on some of the house panels. Let me just show you what we did last time. So, we did this, and then we also did the teeth, and I started on the chimney, okay? Hey guys. Hey June, where are you guys watching from? I always like to hear where you are. What's going on? It's Sunday. It's actually 9 o'clock at night here. But I wonder what time is it where you guys are. Did you have a nice Sunday? It's been really humid here, but I managed to go for a swim, so it was really lovely. All right, so here are the panels. This is going to be a side panel. This is the roof. We're going to do quite a few things here. I'm going to paint the chain, and then we'll do some masking with dirt. And I also have a front panel. We should probably start on the front panel, or it doesn't really matter. So the front panel and the back panel and side panels, they were decorated with the same technique. And all right, so let's start with the teeth, okay? Or no, let's start with the chimney. I can't decide. Hey to Brazil, Arizona. All right. So let's start with the chimney because I want to today fit in the chain on the chimney. So this is my chimney. These are the pieces. And my idea was I'm going to build it, and then I'll use icing to make the chains similar to these ones. So I'm going to wrap it in chains. But before that, I'm going to, hopefully this skull is going to fit in. So there will be a skull inside, and it's going to be all like chained up. Okay, does that make sense? What do you guys think? Hi, Dallas, Seattle. What time is in Seattle now? I'm curious, Charlotte. And guys, I also wanted to tell you, I don't know, many of you probably already know, but I have a little template and recipe shop on coffee.com. So if you want to support me and support all these lives, I would really appreciate it. You can purchase a template, or you could just buy me coffee. But I don't drink coffee, so you can buy me a lemon. Hello, Ohio. The template, Debbie, template for this particular house. This is the template that I use for most of the houses I make because I like a slim, tall house. So it's actually on the blog. I will have a more of a detailed one for this particular project because the chimney is not there in the coffee shop. Hopefully this week. But on the blog, if you go on the blog and look up Harry Potter Gingerbread House, there's a whole PDF there. So you should be able to download it from there. And if not, like I said, I will be later posting it. All right, so I'm getting sidetracked here. So I'm going to build my chimney. I'm using for this to build the house or chimney. You want to use kind of thick foil icing. It shouldn't be too thick. Oh, it's noontime. Hello. So let's see. So we need to do the panels this way, or let's see if the skull is going to fit if I do it this way. Oh yeah, it should fit. All right. Have you guys ever built a gingerbread house? I don't know if you can see. Oh, it's a bit tricky. Okay, I'm going to do the front. Oops. Okay, I'm going to stand it up. Okay, and while it's kind of wet, you can adjust the panels. And I'm going to set this aside for the time being because I want this to dry somewhat before I start adding the chain. Okay. If you see any kind of imperfections, you can scrape off some of the icing like I have here. Okay. So this is going to be chimney. And now I'm going to just set it aside over here. And let's start working on the windows. So for the windows, I only originally wanted to use, hi Joseph, hi Camille, a long time ago. Well, it's time to change that. So I'm gonna be using, these are gelatin sheets, if I can get it out. These are really great. Oh, never say never. I think you can succeed second time around. So gelatin sheets are really great for making windows on gingerbread houses. You just cut them to the size you need, and then you can glue them on. They're really, really nice for winter theme, like Christmas, but I thought for the Halloween I can also use it. So I'm going to cut it. And then I want to have some holes in my windows. So I'm just going to use my X-Acto knife. Oh, I should probably put a cutting board underneath. That would be a good idea. All right. I know this is a bit shiny, so I don't know how well you guys can see. I'm going to see if I can adjust my exposure here. Hi, Joseph. All right. All right, so I marked where I want my holes, so now I'm going to, if I can see, oops, I actually cut this through, that's okay. I'm just going to cut through. Well, this is totally optional. We're going to have some blood droplets through the little cracks. I'm going to pipe those with Royal. Okay, this one is going to be okay. All right, I don't know if you can see, there are little like holes in there. So now to glue it onto the panel, I like to do this in 2 steps. Yes, you can get gelatin online. Here they have gelatin in grocery stores. It's super cheap, so I don't bother buying it online. So, all right, I've got my holes in there. Let's see which way is better, this way. All right. So now I'm going to pipe the line of Royal on the gelatin sheet. I'm going close to the edge here. And now we can turn it over. I'll lift it up. I'm going to press it down like so. And then I'm going to pipe another line of icing on the top, on the edge. This is to further secure it. Oh, you can find it in a store. Yes, you can definitely order it online though. Like gelatin, it should be available online. I have ordered it online. I think in the US, the sheet gelatin is not as popular. So this is going to kind of help secure the gelatin in place. And then I'm going to turn it over like so. And I'm placing it onto a wax parchment. Okay, so I'm gonna let it dry like that. Okay, like this. So I'm gonna set it aside. And I'm going to do the second window. So for the second window, again, you want to measure the size. I'm able to get 2 windows from one sheet. And again, I'm going to do some cutouts here. Hello, Portland. Hello, Rose. Those of you joining me, I'm doing the Halloween gingerbread house. I started last week by showing you how I bake my panels. And then, can't remember when it was. I think it was on Thursday when we started decorating. And today I'm finishing up. I'm not finishing up. I'm adding a few more details, but there are things that have to dry before we can put it all together. Now I'm basically just cutting the gelatin sheet. I'm making little holes in my windows. I wanted to use isomalt, but I can't find my torch. And that's helpful to make the isomalt clear when it gets cloudy. Okay, so this looks pretty good. I got some holes in there, and now we can glue it on. I got another piece of parchment here, so I'm going to turn it over. Okay, and again, position it down just to see which way. Okay, this way. So I'm going to pipe my royal. I'm using royal icing today, just on the edge. Okay, now let's turn it over. Okay. Now I'm going to pipe extra layer on here. Just on the edge to further secure it, and then turn it over and use like light shifting motion to press it down. Okay, now I'm going to set this aside. All right, so we've got the side panels done, and now I'm going to do the teeth. So to make the teeth, I used a fondant cutter, and then you see I did them in white. And I'm going to use, for the teeth, I'm going to use yellow marker. We're also going to need a little bit of, you can use, I'm going to be using Everclear. You could also use vodka. I store my Everclear in small bottles like these. Okay. And I'm also going to use red metal dust. This is Wilton, I think it's called color dust. I think that's how they call it. All right, so let's start by adding some Everclear into my palette. And I'm also going to use a brush. So I'm just gonna load my dropper. Oops, oh, there's a, oh, it's clogged up. Okay, let's see. All right, much better. And if you have any questions, just let me know, guys, okay? So I'm going to do, I'm using yellow marker. Okay. Now where's my, okay, here's my egg color. Oh, this brush is leaking color. Oh, I know what happened. Um, I used it for something else, so let me just clean this up. Okay. So now basically, I don't know how well you guys can see. So I'm going to kind of shade my teeth a little bit. I'm using Everclear to paint. Okay. And now I'm going to use, this is a pen, and I wanted to give my teeth a little bit of texture, and now it's a really good time because the icing is slightly weakened with the liquid I was adding. I'm just gonna scratch it. Kind of want to like buff it up a little, make like cuts in there. Okay, I can brush that off. Okay, as you can see, it's a bit roughed up. And now I'm going to do the gums with red petal dust. For that, you want to use dry paintbrush. And I'm just going to a little bit on here. Actually, I should probably cover my work surface because this dust is going to get everywhere. So I've got my paper towel here. Voila! So these are the teeth. I don't know if you can see the marks, like with that we made. You can really like buff it up. Um, Little scratches there. I initially had blood marks on there. I added some blood drops, but I didn't quite like it. this. Yes, well, yes, I guess too much coffee are going to stain your teeth. Also, tea can stain your teeth as well, or food color. So yeah, so this is the first set, and now I'm going to do the second. We can set this aside. And for the second, I'm just going to repeat the same thing. So we're going to start by adding our yellow line. You can also use food color mixed with alcohol to paint the teeth, but I was a little lazy, so I decided to just use a marker. And I never ever use these. These are food doodlers, but because these have a pretty thick tip, I rarely use them. Okay. Now again, dip your brush in Everclear and kind of dilute that red line we made a little bit. Like I said, you don't have to like be super gentle with it. It'll be adding some dust and also scratches on the teeth. And Everclear evaporates pretty much instantly, so it's not going to um, cause your icing to pit, but it will kind of weaken it for a second or two, so you can make those deep scratches with a pen. So I'm gonna go in with my little pen. You can also use a scribe. Some of them you can make really deep. Okay. Now we can bring in the red dust. All right, and I'm going to add a little more here. I also want to go onto the tooth a little bit to kind of blend it in. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Rose. North Texas. Hey, Ali. No problem. You can always watch a replay and I will have another live where I will be building the house together. All right, so that's another set. So we've got two sets done, and I'm going to now we're going to start working on the roof. And for the roof, if you remember, we added the skulls and the chain. So I'm going to paint the chain with, hey Michelle, so glad you could come, sorry. So glad you could make it. Okay. And to paint, I'm going to use, this is a ready to use silver food metallic paint. So I'm just going to give it a good shake. And then if this stuff dries out, if it ever dries out, you can add a little bit of Everclear, use your dropper and just add it and let it kind of sit and then shake, give it a good shake. I've had it for a while. It doesn't really go bad. But I like to, I'm going to cover it while I'm working. I'm not too worried if it's not perfectly covered or from the sides, because we will be adding some dirt and the sides will be somewhat covered with the dirt. You could also use luster dust that you mix yourself, but for this project I just thought this would be so much easier. Yes, I agree. However, mine was partially like dried out, so I did have to add Everclear, and it worked really nicely. Okay, let me turn it so you guys can see better. I'm using a small, this is a 1/4 inch brush, flat brush. This one is ancient, it has a wooden handle. I've had this for years and years. Okay. So now I'm going to, yes, do it on the other side as well. And then we'll add the dirt. So this is how different it looks with the painted chain and not painted chain. I really like how the metallic just brings out the chain. All right. Here. And for the dirt, I'm gonna be using crushed cookies. I pulverize them in a food processor or a small chopper. And then I also decided to add some texture. So I'll show you what I use. You can use sprinkles, but I actually used sprinkles, homemade sprinkles, confetti sprinkles. I broke them into pieces and I'll show you in a second. Oh, to make the chain look rusty? Oh, yeah, we could do that. I could probably try to do that after. I would use probably browns, or I would use a little bit of, to give it pitted look. Um, that rust also causes. I would use, like, to give it a really, really pitted look. And then orange. You could use orange royal icing and just use a brush and kind of like dab it on. Yeah, I could maybe try to do that. That's a good idea. Do portions of it rusty. And then I would still make, like, kind of maybe paint it a little bit so it's a little shiny. But you could do, like I said, orangey, orange brown royal icing. Have it kind of thick and just dab it like that on the chain, you know? Maybe I'll do that once we are done with the dirt. Next time, maybe I'll do that. See how that looks. All right, so this is done. It's fine. All right. So now I'm going to get my dirt. Exciting, huh? So I have my little tray here. I'm also going to put this on my tray. And my dirt, where's my dirt? Oh, my dirt is here. All right, so here's the dirt. I even have this little spoon, isn't that cute? And this is my original dirt. This is just crushed cookies. So I'm going to add that. Okay. And then these are the sprinkles I was talking about. I made these last year, and there's a full tutorial on how to make confetti sprinkles using stencils. Check these out. And these, when you kind of press them between your fingers, it's easy to crush them. So I'm going to use two colors, and I'm just going to crush them. Okay. So now we can set this aside over here. I'm going to bring my, I'm going to use the other chain because the luster dust, metallic, it takes a while for it to kind of dry fully. So this one should be dry. And now I'm going to, oh, did I not, oh, here it is. Oh, I think I'm not going to have enough. So I'll show you one part of the roof, I think only. I forgot to make more brown. So what we're going to do, I'm using brown real icing here, and I'm also going to use a flat brush to spread the icing. I'm going to do this in sections, so my icing is not going to dry on me. Alright, I'll take the brush and just spread the icing. You can also get some of it on the chain, it's fine. And I'm using about, I'd say, 20-second consistency or so for this step. Okay, now we're going to get the dirt. I'm just going to dump it on there. The chains were made in last in the live from Thursday. You can rewatch it. So the chains were added right after I added the skulls. And I'm actually going to do, hopefully my chimney is going to be dry enough. So I will do the chains again today. Okay. I'm going a bit thicker around the skulls because I want them to be kind of like merging from the dirt. Okay, now take the brush and spread the icing. I can't believe I didn't prepare enough brown. I was thinking about it. I made a fresh new batch of royal, but I forgot to make the brown. So, alright, that's good. Now let's take the dirt, dump it on. I have no idea where I got this little spoon, but it sure came handy today. Okay, now we have to do this bit here. Gosh, I think I'm just gonna have enough for this panel. I'll see, maybe I can use different color. I don't know. Thanks, June. I have no idea how this is gonna turn out, just so you know. So it's a bit stressful for me because I just did today on the other house, and I left it kind of dry. So tomorrow I'm going to shake off the excess, and I'll see how it looks. I have to do some repairs. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to add some on a chain here, like it's covered. Okay. Once we shake off the excess, the chain is going to be, more visible now. It's kind of covered. I'm also going to give it a little tap just so the sand gets hopefully into all the little sections I see here on the skull. It's not enough. So I'm going to add a little more. And press it down a little bit. And here as well. Okay. And then you would repeat this on the other side as well, okay? Now, like I said, I don't have enough brown, so I'm gonna set this aside. And I'm going to see about the chimney, and then we can add the chain. But before that, let me just see, you guys had some great ideas about the teeth. Remember the teeth? The denture? Um, some of you suggested that I use it for the door. So I thought, like, I'll show you what it looks like. And then today I would glue it on the door. And then I thought I'm gonna get some gummy candies, finger gummy candies, and we can then attach the gummy candies inside of the door. Okay. So the front of the house is here. This is the front of the house. And then I've got my teeth here, okay? So I thought we would have it like so. What do you guys think? I'm just gonna wait for you to see. What do you guys think? And then I can imagine like the way I'm gonna glue it, and then here I have to, although I need to decorate the side as well. So I might do that on this one, and then what do you guys think? Oh yeah, that's true. So I will just do that. Let me just first put a thick layer or thin layer of, I'm gonna just use this icing here. I'm just gonna spread it. Oh, you know what? Maybe I can put the dirt on it. Why not? We're putting dirt on the roof. Okay. Oh, closer to the bottom. Yeah, sure. We can try that. Oops. I wonder if I should dip it in the. Should I or no? It's hard. You can. I can't hear you. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. Okay. A little texture there. Oh, not too bad. It's drying fairly quickly. So I'm just adding some dirt on the back here. Oh, I know. Oh, I just had an idea. So with the dirt having the dirt there, so I could use the top part, this part, to make like a little planter. I could have. I really want my succulents in there, or maybe red and black roses. What do you guys think? Okay, let's do some cleanup, and I'm going to glue the teeth onto the house. Now we need some support material. And I've got here my trusty cling wrap. Although I also found this little, this was a packaging, I don't know, for something. And let me just see. I mean, ideally, I mean, nobody's going to eat this, right? So it's fine. But if you were to eat it, I would just use the food wrap. I was going to place it on like so and then have the teeth. Oh, the other way. So let me just do it with a food wrap to see if it's going to work. So lower, so it would be kind of like this and then top right here, like so. You just have to make sure that it's not in a way, okay. Like so, let's see if this is going to work. Needs to be a little bigger, okay, this way. Oh, yep. So that's going to work. And now the second one, let me just put it onto the parchment so I can easily then lift it up and okay. This is a very unusual gingerbread house. So I'm going to put this way. And then this is going to be propped up. Now when it's like this, it gets a bit tricky. So we can't really have it this way because I have to move it up if I want to have it open like that. So if I need to have it open slightly less, I need to move it up and then use more wrap. Okay, maybe this way. Okay, yep, this way it's going to, oops. All right, so something like this. All right, so now I just have to glue it. And I'm gonna be using my stiff icing that I used for the chimney. Okay, so I'm going to add some on here. I'm not too worried if it's going to ooze out. Main thing now is that it's going to hold the teeth in place. Oops. So, okay, like so. And then this one is gonna go here. And let me see. Oops, making a bit of a mess. It's not dry yet. This way. Okay. Oh no, it has to go upper. Upper, up, higher. All right. So more icing onto the. All right, like this. And it should be fine. Let me just double check something. So make sure that once we put the, let's see, so it's not interfering with the base. All right. All right. So now I'm not gonna have. I have to let it dry. Um, and then we can figure out. I like I said. I think I'm gonna add some succulents on here, and then to hide this kind of glue part, you can use your toothbrush, paintbrush, and kind of blended it a little bit while it's still kind of pliable. But I'm thinking I could add some leaves to it once it dries. All right. And so now the tricky part is going to be move it away from here so I can start working on the chimney. I'm just gonna try to slide it this way. Okay. This looks so weird. I can't believe this. This looks really weird. We'll see how it's gonna turn out at the end. So now for the chimney, I'm going to move the chimney here. It's been almost an hour, so it's been drying for an hour. You see here it is. And now this is my chain royal icing, and I have my bag fitted. I think this is a number 5 piping tip. All right, so let's see. So I'm gonna have it. Oh, it's a little crooked. It's a little crooked. Okay, that's okay. We'll figure it out later. Now I'm actually thinking we won't be able to fit the chimney on. So I might have the chimney actually sitting on the ground now that I'm thinking about it, because I have the chain here, right? So that's gonna make it a bit. It's not a practical thing. So I think I'll have to figure out, and I'll just have the chimney sitting maybe like this on the ground. Who cares, right? This is going to be a, I don't know, air airflow for an underground something. All right. So I'll have my skulls here. Maybe just one skull like this. So I'll glue it. Okay. One more here. All right. Like so. And now for the chain, let's start from the top. Can you guys see? Not sure what that is. Maybe some alarm going off. Okay. Now I'm going to connect it. So to connect it, we're just going to pipe line from here to here, okay? I'm going to start on this down here. Oh, this one is quite, oh no, yeah, I see. I need to go this way. Oops. Okay, let me help you. So, you touch. And now this way. Alright. So smooth it out. Now, let me just see. So I want to have another chain. Because I think we need another chain here. So I want to have another chain, I think, going maybe this way. Let me just, I'm going to, where's my scribe? So I'll just, let's see. So if we continue from here, we'll cross, I'm going to kind of cross it. So I'll start off here. So you see we have a little loop here, so I'm going to do another loop here. Hopefully we'll catch. And then I'll do, well, I've never done chains that are being crossed, so I'll see how that's gonna look. But hopefully it will work. Okay. I don't know if this is strong enough for me to pipe on it yet or not. Let's see. Let's see. It's a big chain. Alright, so let's do it over here. Okay, maybe we can connect it. It looks like it's going to work. And here, right. Let's see. What do you guys think? I think it looks pretty neat. So this will not be like a regular chimney on the house. We can have chimney anywhere we want. It's a Halloween house, right? So then I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll paint the chain. Yes, you know me, June, right? I mean the details are my, I don't know. You can never have enough details. So I'm going to, yes, let it dry, and then we'll basically do the same we did with the dirt, I think, or I'll just leave it and paint with, maybe I'll do this one with the rust, like I think Katie or Debbie suggested. Okay, so I'm going to very gently kind of slide it over here. Okay, and I think I also made these, but I don't think we're gonna be using these. They're kind of little bones. I thought maybe we could. What do you guys think? Maybe I could. Oh, in the mouth, it wouldn't be too bad. Where should I use these little bones, guys? Oh, I know what we have to do. We have to add blood onto the windows. I completely forgot. Let me know where, or should I even use these? Okay. So this has been an hour since we created this little piece. I'm going to mold it, and then I don't know if you can see, but there you could put some in the dirt. Yes, I think I might do that. Yes, we'll see. Yes. All right, so I'm gonna do some blood. I'm using red realizing this is kind of like a piping consistency. Okay, I will try to do that. Thank you. All right, so I'm piping the blood along the broken glass or gelatin, I should say. I don't know if you guys can see where that is. Okay, kind of like here, and then it's going down, and I'm just gonna make some drips. And on here also, just on the edge, going down, down, down. So a pool of blood here. Okay. Oh, here you can see the broken glass. Add bones below your windows. Oh, good idea. Let me just see. You mean let's say like a flower pot, like that? Okay. I'll wait for the blood to dry because if I put it on now, there's likely a chance that my red is going to bleed into the white. So I might play with that. But we'll do that together in the next session. So I'm just going to set this aside to dry, and then I'm going to take the other one. And then I'll show you what we did today so you guys can have kind of like a recap. I still have to finish the roof because I didn't have enough brown icing, okay? So now you can see the gelatin is sticking in nicely. Now I'm going to add more blood here. So just along here. Okay, so that's my blood. Not my blood, oh my goodness, the sun is all kinds of wrong. That's the blood part. And now, right, so I think we can, what else do we have? I think that's it. So I'm gonna just quickly show you what we did today. So here are the teeth. These are going to go on the roof, if you remember. So the idea is to have the teeth here on the front of the roof, like so. Now you can really see the scratches. So you need to go like that. And then we have our roof panel. This is the roof panel. Should I remove the dirt now or should we wait? I really want to wait, but I'm also curious. Yes, I think I would probably use isomalt, but although isomalt is not like, I don't think you should be eating a whole lot of it. Can't remember now why. I think it's causing something with, can't remember whether it was diarrhea or something. I can't remember. But you could use candies, or you could just skip the window part. You don't have to use. I should wait. Yes, I think yes. I think I'm gonna wait and show you next time. All right, guys. Yes, the runs. Yes, melted Jolly Ventures should work as well. The only thing is, I found that with them, you have to kind of spray them with it's an edible lacquer finish to prevent them from like running. They tend to get soft. Okay, but who would want to eat this? That's the question. So I'm going to let this be, and then you remember the chimney. We just finished the chimney. It's over here, and so this lovely skull is inside. And I think I'm just going to paint it next time with like we did today with some silver, and then we'll add dirt. And I'm really leaning towards the roses onto the front of on the front of the house because it's kind of blah, right? Like we have the yes, we have the teeth, but then I'm thinking like here, because I put the dirt there, I'm going to plant some roses and then maybe do a vine up the panel. I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be doing another live where we'll be adding a few more details, and then hopefully I will be. Yes, I agree. More color. I think red might be nice, huh? Red and black, black and red roses, red roses with the black edge. I've done those in the past, and those look kind of really cool on Halloween houses. All right, guys. Thanks so much. You have a great rest of the weekend, and I will see you actually on Tuesday with Mar. We have another live, and I'll see if I can get this going and have another live tomorrow myself, so I can finish this up. I will let you know in my Instagram stories. Thank you again, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.